you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 5v5 custom match here on the most amazing Noxus map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. We'll start with Team 1 on the southwestern side of the map, and ending with Team 2 on the northeastern side of the map. I already messed up my intro once by flipping the teams. I probably will do it again, but as a reminder, Team 1 is down here, and Team 2 is up there. Starting off, we'll go northward. We have in forescreen the best color. It is Zamuk Kun. He is a Seraphim. He is a 1200. Probably butchered his name in the process. To his south in Rust, we have the UEF of Zio. He is a 2100, the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. Moving on southward in Barbie Pink, we have the UEF of Balfron. He is a 1600, most likely the rearguard air slot or player for Team 1. He may go land as well, but he'll probably go for air mainly. We do see to his east is Ninra playing as an Aeon. He is an Amethyst Purple as a 1300. And then rounding out Team 1, we have in glow-in-the-dark green, it is the UEF of Yitterby. I think is how you say his name. He is a 1500. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 3 UEF, 0 Sirens, 1 Aeon, and then 1 Seraphim. Taking a look at Team 2, Southern player first, going for a drone upgrade to start with. It is 1 Big Andy in Lighter Strip Pink as a UEF. He is a 1300. Moving northward in Ruby Red, we have Dragon Slayer playing as a UEF as well. He is a 1900. He's the highest rated player on Team 2. To his north in Chevy Crimson, we have Average Smurf Enjoyer playing as an Aeon in the rearguard air slot. He is a 1600. To his west in Light Octane, it is Jamaica playing as a UEF. He is a 1400. And then rounding out Team 2, we have in Royal Blue, it is another UEF. It is ComCom. He is a 1500. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 4 UEF, 0 Cyberns, 1 Aeon, and then 0 Seraphim as well, which means Team 1 has the only Seraphim of the game being Zamuk. And there are no Cybern players. Apologies to those spiky space socialists. Hopefully you enjoy the game nonetheless. And for these 10 players on the map, let's take a look at their reclaim situation before they scoop it all up. Currently sitting at, I didn't even pull the window up. That would help. 26,000 mass and reclaims. So that's 2.6 plus K mass per player. There isn't a big, there's some clumpage in the middle of the map right here. In the middle of the 4 mountain, 4 lakes, 4 little mountain area of the map. But besides that, there's some easy reclaim here and here to grab for players, but there's also some stuff here and here. So a decent portion in the middle, but there is going to be reclaim for pretty much everybody to go and scour the map and go after. I will point out, which I do appreciate the map generator, we have water mexes. We have a set here and set here in the middle of the map. So some torp bombers or some subs or something has to be thrown over here to destroy them. Or, you know, you could go for some engineers or comm and just scoop them up. You can also do that. Looks like some sharing of some mexes for Big Andy as well from Team 1's Dragon Slayer. And to the northwest, we have a quad mex and another quad mex. So those players on that side of the map will have one. And then obviously mirrored down in the southeast. And then there's a trimex here and here. In the back line, not as many clumpages of mexes, but there's the customary one-offs dotted between the players' bases. In terms of comm movement, we do see 2 comms heading eastward for Team 1. It's going to be Balfron and Yitterby. Team 1's Zamuk hasn't moved yet. Team 2's ComCom has. We see Jamaica's moving actually more in a southwest direction, so it's going to be a 1v1, maybe 2v1 if he comes to say hi. Team 1 Zio hasn't moved, but he's going to move northward, so probably would just go to a 2v2. Once Jamaica notices that, we do see Dragon Slayers moving southward, and then we have Average Smurf and Joy moving down the middle. So it looks like 1v1 here, 2v3. Did I count for everybody on Team 2? He's down there, so it's 1v1 there. 1v1. Yeah, there's going to be a... no, it's going to be a 2v2. Okay, I just was counting somebody extra, I guess, on Team 1. Gun started for Team 2's northern player of ComCom. And T2 started for both Jamaica and Ninra's comms, trying to get some more of that probably AA action. PD's not going to be that much effective over here in the middle of the map. There's large geographical impediments, as well as, you know, these big ones as well, and the water kind of makes it a little bit not great. We do see some land facilities, some naval facilities starting here for Team 1 and Team 2. And we flip those because that's Team 2, that's Team 1. And it looks like maybe this will be finished first. So we'll see if any sort of cruiser missile nonsense happens between the two teams. And in terms of number of, you know, UEF, Aeon, Seraphim in the game, there's 1 Seraphim, there's 2 Aeon, and then 7 UEF. So 70% of the players are UEF, which means Billy Nukes, Fatties, and Percy's galore. So for those of you who love the one-arm bandits, they are going to be running amok this game for sure. Gun started for One Big Andy. He has that engineering drone assistance on board. He has the right and the left drone. I wish they would modify the icon for the drone. So instead of it being a left shoulder and a right shoulder, or left and right, I wish they would just do 1 and 2 and kind of reflect that in the icon. That way you know. Because sometimes I forget which one is first and second and whatnot. So I wish there was just a tiny UI change, but that's just a little nitpick from me. Gun started for Dragon Slayer to the more Middle East. And then we have Team 2's ComCom pushing in. A couple of Team 1 PD here. One of them taking a line. We do see ComCom with the gun upgrade is going to be able to push in a little bit. Forces moving in from the north to assist him as well. And looks like he might be thrown back, but he does have the extra range on board, so he's going to be able to deal with the Team 1 PD pretty easily. He just doesn't need to walk into range. T2 land already online for Zikum, so it looks like he's skipped some T1, not a whole lot. T2 started on board Jamaica's comm. And then in the east, we do see Battlefront moving in to join Yadabite. Not looking too great. There's a lot of units here. Overcharge kills off a clumpages of them. Nice grab there. Almost at 1-star vet. Battlefront actually falling back. Between the two of them, that should be more than enough to deal with that force. He will take some damage. He is at 1-star vet now. That should be more than enough. I want to say Yadabite, but Yadder says, hey, I need some assistance. T2 online for him. He's going for Mongoose. You have nothing. I'm not risking an ACU, says Balfron. I mean, he could get some nice veterancy, though. 1 mech is offline, 2 mechs is offline. Another overcharge kills off a chunk of units. He will lose the frontline facilities, but he is at 1-star vet, and he's closing in number 2. So really, besides the couple of mechs and those facilities, wasn't really that much of a loss. Mainly a loss for Team 2, to be honest. But we do see Dragon Slayer is inbound from the north. I don't know if Team 1 has any idea. This is what Team 1, they can see a radar signature, but no idea what it is. Team 2, this is what they see. They know what the comm is, of course, but nothing else really beyond that besides the initial scouting. T3 air online for Team 2, T3 air online for Team 1. So I don't think one player is going to go for first bomber. They could still go for it, but I highly doubt it, just given the fact that they were built roughly at the same time. Mongoose coming in to assist. Probably need some more pillars mixed in. You know, Mongoose, they have, you know, those Gatling cannons very similar to the Ravagers. And Yadobai is going to get double teamed. Both of them have gun. One of them has the engineering drone. Yadobai, I don't think getting out of there. Gun. And again, gun, drone. He's not moving in yet. Team 1 PD being built. And looks like, I mean, it's going to give some veterancy for Dragon Slayer. And he's just got to get out of there. The best idea would just be to head south, get into the pond. It looks like he isn't going to get double teamed, so that's a lucky break for him. He probably would have died if it wasn't for Dragon not pushing in. Looks like they wanted the reclaim field for the most part and that quad mech's position. And more Mongoose starting to slowly eat away at Dragon Slayer's comm. It's a lot of damage. So he's definitely going to be falling back a little bit. Doesn't need to really push in against One Big Andy's position yet. Again, the Mongoose, they are a nice unit, but they are super weak. And if you can use them, they are excellent. They have the little grenade launchers on the side to assist with clumpages of units. But they have very weak units in terms of hit points. 650 versus the Strikers 300. So technically 2 and a little bit Strikers are the same hit points. T2 PD or just T1? Just T1 still. No T2 yet. But looks like T2 PD behind him for a nice fallback position. We have Hovertech inbound from Team 2's Dragon Slayer moving in across the eastern pond to the southern pond. We have Jamaica over here in a nice little pond with his facility over here with his missile on board, just hanging out, just firing missiles at Team 1. Nan repair started for Zamuk. I'm still saying his name wrong. And then we have Team 2's ComCom pushing in. So quad mech positions on either side of the map have been eliminated. It looks like Team 2 has claimed 3 of the 4 mexes. That one is about to be claimed here shortly. So all 4 mexes are pretty much now owned by Team 2's Jamaica. So eco about the same between the two teams, but still not looking too hot. We do see Ninra's over here, T2 online. Again, the Mongoose doing pretty well at keeping these forces back, but they're losing territory constantly. I don't know why those 3 facilities started. I think Dragon Slayer was just trying to get one online and then got shot at, then he moved and then moved and then moved again. ASF's coming online for Team 1. I would assume Team 2, not as many, but there is, a couple of them flying around. We do see he's focusing a little bit more on getting another facility online, getting the T3 and start to expand that way. A couple of units inbound from Team 1 Zyre to just harass a couple of mexes over here for ComCom. He's already lost 1. PD Creep says average Smurf. We do see T2PD started here to, again, push back. It is going to help out a lot, and given the fact that, again, Team 2, the only different comm for Team 2 is average Smurf and Joy, and he's in the back. Pretty much everything is going to be UEF. We do see a Harbinger online for Ninra. And again, UEF is my favorite faction, to be honest with you, but they're not the best at everything. That's kind of the whole reason why you have rock, paper, scissors, portal, I guess. I don't know what you would put for the Seraphim. Rock, paper, scissors, bomb. Speaking of bombers, Team 1 bombers flying over top. But probably will see a GC soon out of Ninra, because why not? The only, again, ability for Team 2 to build anything that's direct fire weapon systems on board a experimental land unit is going to be average Smurf, so I wouldn't be surprised if some engineers were handed over to a couple of players to start building GCs. Team 1 also, again, has Seraphim in the form of Zamuk. Keep saying his name wrong. Zamuk. So you might see a chicken out of there shortly. We shall see. Getting some TMD and PD online. Gunships coming online. Now we see some units moving southward to annoy Yadabai's stuff. We do see Team 1 starting to fall behind Team 2 on eco. Again, that is definitely driven by map control. But we do see Team 1 to the north starting to surround ComCom. We do see Mungies not super being deployed. He has some pillars mixed in as well. It's just not straight. But Gun Nano online for Team 1's player of Muck. I'll just say Muck at this point. And then Team 2's ComCom has Gun and Nano 4-star vet versus no star vet, so not really great there. But he has already dropped his opponent into the yellow. 13,000 hit points and falling versus 13,000 hit points and starting to fall. Lots of Mongoose, but also a decent amount of pillars mixed in. He's going to lose hit points faster just because there's more units and more stuff shooting at him. He's going to go for the weaker units. That's definitely a smart play. Needs to overcharge pillar there, but he's going to drop. Maybe he'll get some vegetation to survive a little bit longer. He needs probably another pillar kill. He does get that pillar kill, but he's dropping hit points pretty quickly. But he is dead by Team 2's hands of ComCom, which means first blood goes to him. T2 Naval Headquarters was denied, so no cruisers coming online for Jamaica. Looks like it was a missile and a Riptide affair. And that is a loss for Team 1. But it does give Zio another base, and that will probably just encourage him to keep pushing, which he's kind of already doing for the most part, going this way. So he's just going to continue driving him forward. And looks like he has a nice little Titan running around, small little upper plateau. Looks like radar and mechs being built. A little bit of reclaim up there. Team 2 is going to be happy about the reclaim. And ComCom will get back into the green here shortly. He's almost at 5-star vet. Missiles inbound. Is that going to hit the mountain? That's a very tall mountain. It's very, very high. It doesn't hit it, but should be shot down. 1 and then 2. Yep, there it goes. Eastern side, we see that PD creep happening. Couple of the mobile missile launchers, some flapjacks. Somebody's making some pancakes this morning. And one big Andy is falling back. Same thing with a Dragon Slayer. 15 minutes, 16 minutes on the clock. Snipes aren't really online realistically yet. There is a gunship running around. It's already heavily damaged, though. It's usually about the 20 or so minute mark when players start to be like, There's a lot of Corsairs or gunships or something running around, probably either getting underneath a decent amount of shielding or just fall back to main base. We do see Riptide be Riptide T2PD being built on the Shoreline Team 1 land facility. We're going to be rebuilt to T2. Definitely should probably build a TMD, especially if he has engineers here building PD, just to deny any sort of missile. Because speaking of which, oh no, they go after the, oh. That might just encourage him to build TMD anyways. Ooh. It goes after the comm, hits the comm. I still think the naval facility should have been the target there. But hey, that's just me. Team D is going to be built now and be more than enough. And that is the end of the missile barrages, at least from Zio on that direction. Engineers running around for average Smurf for some extra mass. More pigeons and air facilities being built. This one will probably be reclaimed here shortly and then be turned into a T3 pigeon. Definitely add some shields mixed in there because that's looking very volatile for Team 1 to go after. Team 1, a little bit more squarish, not really next to the mechs. It's still volatile. I don't like that the T3 air headquarters is in the middle because it's going to get hit by all 4 pigeons if they blow up. So, not great placement there. But again, personal opinion. So, but it does give a lot of adjacency to that air facility. So there is that. It's just highly volatile. Janus over top. Looks like it's going to maybe scorch. Nope. Not going to scorch anything. And it's 17 minutes on the clock. I mean, there's some action down here from Team 2's One Big Andy. We have more and more of those Mongeese running around. Those have EMPs on board? Well, I guess they do. I didn't realize they had EMPs on board. But again, Team 1 bombers just absolutely rip apart those Mongeese. It was a lovely attempt, but it's just they can't go in the water. They can't hover over the water. They're kind of confined to the land. So not really a great environment there. GG says Zio talking about this. Yeah, it's I was worried about. Didn't go after the facility. But Team 2, even if that second one was destroyed, he probably would have built Team D right after and then built it again. So not a big deal, but it is one of those that could have delayed it a little while longer. Janus over the top, going to try to scorch the top of it. Maybe even go after the engineers, deny a little bit of that engineering power. And it will grab actually a hefty amount of them. Look at all those dead engineers. It's a lot of engineering power dead. Another engineer dead. T2 radar system very far forward. Love to see that. Gets a lot of intelligence for Team 2. Counter Janus going after Mexes. That should be enough. 200, 200, 100. Yep, there it is. Just barely enough there. We do see Team 2's ComCom pushing in. Is that... Oh, that's a... Okay, I thought that was a comm missile, but that is a spearhead missile. Gunships starting to amass here for Team 1's Battlefront. So it looks like a snipe attempt soon to be on the rise. He has a parashield. Looks like he has some Riptides, Mongeese, some Cougars mixed in there as well. So decent amount of AA. Love to see that. Take out the AA, please, says Battlefront. Talking about this. There is... Actually, there's no AA there. Oh, there's one flak cannon there. That's it. He could easily just rush in with the gunships and call it a day. Looks like Zio has heard the call, though. Wipes out the initial air cleaner there. Takes that out pretty quickly. ASF fly over top. Gunships are inbound. They're going to check out the destroyer first. There is a cruiser now online. And now they're going to go after that. That's a great grab. I think the shield was either building or lost power or something. But that cruiser's now down. And now they're taking out everything. Is he visible from the surface? Or he's above it? No, he's barely underneath the surface of that. ASF moving in to protect the gunships. But looks like maybe Team 2 has a better trade in terms of turns. It's ASF versus UEF. Sorry, ASF versus UEF. ASF from the UEF versus the Aeon. T2 Naval Headquarters has been destroyed once again. Out of the end of that incursion. So nice teamwork there from Team 1 Zio and Balfron. Eastern side, we have Missile Wars a little bit. More frontline facilities producing Titans. With it, see a little bit more Percy action. But again, it's 21 minutes almost. We'll see plenty of Percys, I imagine. Now gunships starting to go on a rampage a little bit. Again, there is a little bit of range on the gunship's weapons. They have to be close enough to the ground to be able to actually shoot at anything. There was a game a couple days ago, actually, I think, that showcased that pretty well. They still killed the units and stuff that they were shooting at, but it was just verticality-wise, they just could not hit their targets. ASF's inbound. No, not going to go for it. More and more mechs is being eliminated. Looks like Battlefront's going after the western side first. ASF, ooh, they get caught a little bit out of coverage. There are now a couple of more Cougars running around. Another T2 mechs is going to go down. This is a nice destruction of mechs for Team 1. They've been down in eco for at least a little bit, so they're definitely going to be happy about that dropping of the lead for Team 2. Omni here for Team 1. This might be an Omni soon, I would imagine. This would probably be an Omni for Team 2 shortly. And eastern side, tons and tons and tons of Titans and Mongeese. The more mobile, the more rapid fire units, not the bulky, a little bit slower Perseus. Titans just getting ravaged by the guns on board. The Mongeese, they'll make T3, says average. Talking about defenses, we do see some T3 Titans coming online. Soon Perseus might be switched out. T2 started here for one big Andy. PGen started on the eastern side as well for him to help with his power consumption and production and whatnot. More and more units deploying Perseus over here on the western side. Looks like Zio actually dropped some engineers off, probably for Seraphim shielding purposes. We do see some Perseus inbound from the water, and I think Zio sees them. He should see them at this point. Oh, yeah, he definitely sees them now. A couple of Perseus here for him. And those Perseus go, oh, we've made a big mistake. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Not a fun day there for those Perseus. And, oh, it's he. So Jamaica popped out of the water, fired a missile, killed off a couple of Riptides, and is now going to reclaim the I mean, that's one way to do it, to be honest. Is that an Otham or is that an engineer? That is an engineer. Looked like an Otham for a second. Looks like T3AA being built. Looks like a nice little torp launcher dealing with the remaining mexes. Eco about the same. Eastern side, Titan Star wiped out the front line facilities. We do see the comm is inbound. T2 gun and drone on board. We see one of those drones already moving in for reclaim purposes, I would imagine. Titans trying to blitz past. Maybe a couple of mexes will be killed off. They need to keep going, though. Speaking of which, they are moving in now. T2 started here on Balfron's comm. I thought I saw a donut for a second. I was going to say that's super early for a donut. T2 air started for Zio. Still only one T3 for Team 1. Team 2 does have a secondary one in the form of Dragon, so he's probably going to start locking down some facilities and avenues. We do see more and more mexes being eliminated for Team 2's eastern front, technically their western front. If you watch the game, or if you look at the game that away, but everybody's pretty much not locked into this view, but this is the default view, so technically this is still the east and this is still the west. Missile raining in to ComCom's position, hits the comm of ComCom, and that comm takes a hit. I think it said comm like 4 times in that one sentence. T2 mexes in the main base for for one big Andy are being eliminated. Saves that mex just barely, it looks like. But a lot of those other mexes have been eliminated. Fatboy online for Team 2. Fatboy probably being built somewhere. ASF's just coagulating down there. They have gunships rampaging, trying to clean out Team 2's corners and make sure there's nothing that can attack them from a surprise vector. GC running around for Team 1. 99,999 hit points on board. Looking to make that above 100,000 here soon, I would imagine. At least in terms of trying to get veterancy, not trying to change the number of hit points on the actual unit. We do see blocky air grid for Team 2 expanding upon, not as much, but a little bit. T3, nope, he's grouping engineers though. Makes me think he's going to do that soon. Shield being built, SMD being built. Love to see that. Nuke coming online for Ninra. That's probably why he has an SMD there. I love this. Yes, Ninra built his own SMD, but Team 1's Battlefront built his own SMD just in case this one gets blown up. Super smart idea. I love it. He has a backup just in case. Team 2, do you have any idea about the nuke? Oh, yeah, you know about it. You've seen it. And anything else you're aware of? You're aware of the SMD positions. Team 1. That is not what I wanted to do. They're aware of anything. Fat Boy, but that's about it. A couple of Percy's shooting at that GC. It's... How many times do we have to tell you, old man, is the meme that comes to my head of trying to build a naval facility and Team 1's like, no, go away. We don't want that there. Go home. GC being built in the background, so Average Smurf Enjoyer is doing some land in that regard. Again, surprised he's not gifting over engineers. T3 Air also online for Jamaica, so 3 T3 Air headquarters is online for Team 2. Huge air grid being built by him, though, for Dragon. I feel like that might be a target. Team 1 will probably default to the main air grid, which, I mean, I feel like most players do. Ninra almost done. Does he have a target in mind already? Nope. And there's no SMD in sight, which is interesting because Team 2 definitely can see that nuke, and they just haven't paid attention just yet. Not really... I mean, there's been a decent amount of scouting, to be fair, but kind of surprised by them not even marking that. I mean, Fat Boy's obviously been pointed out by Team 1. Yep. Is there a second one over here to the north? No, just the one? You see a couple of gunships trying to make a flyby attempt. Looks like some... oh, there's a TML. Looks like that's the one that was shooting at Comcom's comm. We do see GC being built near the comm. Looks like he did hand over some get some engineers over from Average. And Fat Boy online for Team 1 down here in the south. So it's Fatty on Fatty Warfare there. Nuke should be loaded by now. It is loaded. It is going to fire. We'll hear the nice little sirens and watch the nuke sail off into low orbit for very briefly. There it is. And where is it going? It is... it is going to drop to this base. Interesting. They don't go for this emplacement. SMD barely started. So Team 2 is going to rush build an SMD pretty much everywhere at this point. He has air control for a while. By the way, next nuke air says Battlefront. Well, technically, it is going for air, just not the air player back here. And that is going to be a beautiful nuke. It's going to wipe out a ton of PGens and air facilities, and maybe a couple of mexes, and maybe grab the T3 land headquarters as well. Oh, it is going to grab it. Kaboom! Couple of mechs is dead. Both the headquarters is dead. Nice grab by Team 1's Ninra. How much mass? That's what we like to see. 82,000 mass killed. Love it. And Team 2 is going to definitely build some SMDs. They already started one up here. GC is done. It would have wiped out the air grid, to be fair, and done a decent amount of damage to the GC, but that is a huge grab. It denies any sort of reinforcements for Team 2 on this eastern front for a little bit, at least from Dragon. Yothoth on the western side. We do see Percy's. Yeah, all they got to do is just turn around and fire at the GC at this point. There should be enough of them. It takes about... I don't know the math. I think it's 20 Percy's to kill off GC before they're pretty much all eliminated. I think it's 20. But Chicken's going to help even the odds a little bit. There's a decent amount of Percy's here for Team 2 as well. So that's, again, going to go possibly Team 2's way. I think it's 20. 20 seems about right. They have 3 air players, says Battlefront. Yep. Well, they had 3. Now it's 2. He's going to rebuild into air. And SMD being built there. SMD, of course, being a sped load over there. GC this, says Dragon. Talking about the GC from Team 1. And he's going to... Oh, nope. He's going to go home. Nope, he's not going to go that way. Cover air, says Zakam. Zermuk. See, I keep doing that. Transports dropped off. Nothing? I don't know where they were going, but they were going somewhere. Chicken's still online somehow. I thought it'd be eliminated by those Percy's, but I guess there wasn't enough of them. First star vet for him. A little bit of GC wreck for Team 1 to scoop up. Fat Boy does fall back. Looks like he's falling back to base to cover that vector just in case the GC comes to say hi again. SMD almost half loaded. SMD 20% loaded. Has the nuke. It's half loaded. Some assistance, but not as much as the first nuke. Looks like it's more RAS. He's expecting Team 2 to just have SMD. So it is a nice, forethought to just pivot just in case. Last thing you want is to fire a nuke and then it doesn't go anywhere. But, sometimes you get lucky and you speed load another one and then just blow up 2 bases. But he probably wants to go for the guarantee, which I don't blame him. Oh, that chicken's going to die. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Actually, I was going to say, Max actually might try to switch around and try to get him to die right in the same reclaim field. There's a lot of Percy's here. That GC actually makes another turn of his own, and he gets out of range. It's going to be fought over for a while between those Western players for both teams. We have a couple of bombers, which are getting... Wow, those lightning tanks missed that. And strat bombers land. Looks like T3 mexes might be the target. Oh, it's going after the engineers, preventing construction of more chickens, or at least reducing construction of chickens. And ASF still alive. It's going to make another pass for that other mex and kill it off. And, I mean, it slowed down chicken production at a bare minimum, so that's something. Oh, actually goes for that mex, misses the other one, so unfortunately, no. Did kill off some mass storages, but, I mean, you want to kill off the mex is the main target. Shields for the SMDs, love to see it. I'd love to see more shields for the other air grid and whatnot, but, you know. SMD being built here, shield protecting that as well. T1 going to T2 here for average. Maybe Torrents. Maybe Torrents. T2 Navy also online for T1, going for cruisers for some just passive AA coverage. And looks like players are starting to think about maybe a little bit more ways to end the game, or at least maybe it's on their mind. Nuke is already reloaded almost. We have just... Look at this shield line. I love it. Just protecting the fat boy as it walks. You have a ton of, retreat coverage for sure. Building AA as another, preventative measure as well. Love to see that. T3 land headquarters. That's going to be a nice target. Won't prevent fat boy construction, but at least will prevent more Percy construction. Fat boy can just turn around for a couple. He's going to build more shields. He's just going to keep going with it. Just keep on going with the shielding. And Percy's are being shot at. Now the restorers are in range of those SAM sites. And looks like GC's in the water.
Strategic launch detected.
Another nuke inbound. You could go for the eastern or western half of the map. Does he go? No, he wouldn't go that far in. He does go western half. Looks like he's going for this base. SMD is loaded in time. So depending on where it lands... Actually, no. Scratch that. He's going even further north. He's going for this base. SMD was newly minted. And looks like Team 2 is scooping up that reclaim field now. But unfortunately, some of those engineers are going to get caught. That's a successful landing. Kaboom! Wipes out the GC that was being built. SMD's now down. Quad Mex is down. Team 1, 1.9. Team 2, 1.5. That fat boy is still pushing. Looks like he's going after engineering drones. Again, target this. Wipe out the ability for him to build Percy's and then bombard everything else. GC is inbound. There's really not a lot here for Team 1 to deal with. That Nope. He's going to wait. He's going to keep getting shot at by torpedo launchers, so that's nice. And it gives time for that GC to catch up. We have Team 1 PD being spammed up as well. We have gunships moving into position from Balfron. We have Percy's now moving in. That GC goes, oh, I have made a terrible mistake. And yeah, there he goes. So there went that. Tons of missiles raining in from those spearheads. The Yothotha online. Team 2 is getting a little bit more better reclaim. Not by much, though, but that's about half and half for Team 1 and Team 2, I think. But Team 2 is getting their old units, their dead units, and then Team 1's dead units. A little bit better trade there for them. 34 minutes on the clock. Another GC. Satellite UEF doing UEF things. Air grid being still expanded upon for Team 2's Dragon. And a little bit more shielding. Not a whole lot. Nuke is at 135,000 mass killed. So between two nukes, the average did drop a little bit, but still, it's over 65,000, which is definitely worth the price of the... Oh, almost got the protection of the fat boy, but it should be easy to reclaim, though. There's tons of engineers there to just sit there and scoop it up very quickly. E3 started on board Zyos comm, and bombers moving in. Oh, looks like fat boy's almost done. Oh, it's going to sit there and just get shot at. That's actually that's Team 2's bomber. That's U2 GC. That's Team 1's GC. That makes way more sense. Why is it just stopping there? That makes more sense. T3 Navy online. Is he doing it? He's going for aircraft carriers, so he's not going for torrents. He might go for torrents, and transport has a couple of harbingers online, moving around somewhere. First, he's coming to keep chasing that fat boy back. T3 land headquarters is still online. Still not being targeted for whatever reason. Transport moving in on the eastern front. Fat boy being built right next to, pretty much to one Big Andy's base. We have engineers building more mexes. Zio says that, talking about the ASFs, I guess. And transport dropping off engineers, drops off a set of them. Land facility. Oh, those are Sparkies. Hey, love to see them. Probably won't use their weapon systems though, but hey, at least it's lovely to see Sparkies. The only combat engineer in the game. Love to see it. I always forget that that's a unique unit for the UEF is the combat engineer. And transports do drop off 2 sets of harbingers. Maybe the other 2 didn't have any on board, maybe? No, it looks like they didn't. Still some reclaim in his base to scoop up as well. Fat Boy pushing in with the GC on the western front. We have satellite being built almost done for Team 2. That will be annoying to see. We have tons of flak. Probably a land facility, most likely. Probably trying to build some cruisers maybe on this northern front to go after this base for ComCom. And still no plans on how to end the... Oh, okay, never... Oh, interesting. He's not going for the Paragon, which is usually the predecessor to this. He's going straight for the Salvation. He is building shielding. That's good to see. I do, see gaps. And even build some up here as well. Looks like he's building shielding to cover his mexes. I think they might know about the satellite. No, they don't. They don't know about the satellite because it is done. The satellite is now going to be given orders here shortly. GC gets killed off by the GC from Team 1, but then that GC is killed off by Team 2. As Nuke lands, ooh, that's a ton of dead build power. That's a nice grab there. Well played. Yeah, I mean, the GC is dead to be fair, but killed off a ton of that build power. Tons of flak. For whatever reason. Don't know why they're just building flak. Maybe land facility spam? No, tac missile spam up there. I don't know what he's doing up there. Scouting, watch scout, says Balfron. Well, technically, if Zamuk is still in the game, which it looks like he is, he might be able to watch those scouts for Team 1. Nuke is inbound. I mean, you could... Oh, no, it's inbound from Team 2 this time. Oh, that's unfortunate. Billy Nuke lands on top of a Fat Boy. T2 Naval Headquarters. That's not going to last much longer. But Zio, you got to move. Watch out. Nuke. Oh, no, it's too late. Way too late to respond. He's going to move. Yeah, there's no way. Kaboom! SMD doesn't die, but he does. And Team 1 drops another player. It is now a 3v5. Still in favor for Team 2 at 38 minutes even. Map control. Team 2 pretty much controls the north. Team 1 pretty much controls the south. Salvation is in the yellow. Counter nuke is launched from Team 1 going after this position. Average, you got to move. If you don't notice that, you will die. SMB is definitely not in range. Oh, yeah, definitely not in range. And then SMD to the north. There's none of that. Well, if it does barely clip, maybe. TP Naval Headquarters is going to die. He does get a torrent built before the death of that facility, though. I can't get UEF for Fat Boy. Can I get UEF for Fat Boy, says Ninra. I mean, he's building Salvation, so maybe he's thinking about it afterwards. Oh, here comes that nuke. Kaboom! Nice grab by Team 1's Ninra. And that kills off not only the comm of Average, but it also kills off the Naval Headquarters. A couple of aircraft carriers and 2 torrents, actually. 2 torrents were built. This is the range on board them. They're transferred over now to Dragon. So not a terrible range, not a bad, not a great range, but does create some coverage, at least for the most of the pawns. Lol, I fight for my life entire game. He's probably going to say something here shortly. And shields being built to protect that base. Then zoom out and see teammates on Ras Boys. Probably talking about this down here. Looks like paused construction of what? Little, yeah, it happens. The northeastern side, only one satellite. And okay. I love that. Okay, why are you using the Aeon ones? He probably doesn't have a lot of UEF engineers. Oh, he's building in UEF engineers now. But why? Like my torrents, Zio? I mean, hey, they're doing some work or trying to do some work. GC says average. And looks like it's mainly being built by Dragon. Notice this. Actually, that is his base now, technically. So, no, I just don't like the Aeon shielding, the UEF superior. Salvation in the green. If whoever scouts first might be the victor. They know about where the Novax is. Team 1, you don't know about what that is. You do know where the Nuke is. That's probably where the Maywar is going to go here shortly. But you have Fat Boys on the eastern front. And Team 2 still wants to deal with the base over here from Zio. How fast is that Maywar going? Oh, it's decent. But this is probably going faster. Oh yeah, it's definitely going faster. So I would presume the SMDs / the Novax are going to be the first targets. Fat Boys are going... He's like, move! It's like, I can't! Get out of the way! Fat Boy gets some veterancy, it looks like, to stay alive a little bit longer, which means that one did die. Oh, but the GC trying to block. He is doing actually not that bad. Some shots do hit the GC instead of the Fat Boy, but he dies anyways. A lovely attempt, though, I might add. He got him a little bit closer to that main base for Dragon. Shielding's online. 14,000 hit points. This should be at 8 and oh, it's already done. Where is it going? That is what? Why are you going for this? You have this and this and this and this to target. Why are you going after that? I mean, if you want to wipe out the SMD, I mean, that's understandable. He might just do that. He might... No. Okay, never mind. No, he switches targets. Going for this. Going for the more volatile structures. P-gens. And the Nuke. That's not going to last much longer. Nuke is inbound from Team 2. Where? Oh, there it is. It's up there. I completely missed it. It's going eastward. It's going to wipe out this. SMD was built in time, so it will prevent the landing. And shield around the Nuke is down. Engineers do get prevented from reclaiming. I was going to say building, but reclaiming. Oh, there goes the Pigeon. Wipes out the Nuke. Nice grab there. Nuke is shot down, of course. That's a big target eliminated for Team 1. They have this one to go after. And then, of course, the big one is already at 25%. And anything back here, just a ton of air grid for Team 1. And decently shielded as well. Love to see it. No scouting yet on that Salvation. Oh, no, he knows about it. Okay. Team 1, you know, maybe. Okay, they do know about it as well. And Fat Boy's pushing. Another one replaces the old one. It's 2v with wow, 76,000 mass killed. 5-star vet for that Fat Boy. That's an applaud from me. Usually Fat Boys don't live that long. So that's a nice Fat Boy. Definitely not most likely, 100%. Oh, it stopped targeting. Oh no, it stopped targeting that other one. Oh no, Team 1 won't kill it off. And now the Salvation kills off the Novax. And I presume this is the next target. Once that is dead, Team 1 could just hang back and bombard all the everything. Oh, Fat Boy is shooting at the air grid a little bit. But Restorers are coming in, Strat Bombers as well. Shield started for Yadobai's Calm. We have a decent amount of GC, Fat Boy, and Chicken Fire. They could just swarm, but they do have these units inbound as well, so they might have to split the difference a little bit. GC, Chicken, and then the rest of them go for the Fat Boys, maybe. A couple of mexes maybe going to get eliminated. Fat Boy comes back with a vengeance. 83,000 mass and climbing. Man, that Fat Boy killed a bunch of stuff off. And the shields are down. And that Maybor is no longer going to be a problem. There's still some pressure on this western front, but I mean, they have a ton of territory to chew through, so good luck with that. It's going to take at least, I'd say, minimum 10 to 15 minutes to really chew through all that. And that's if Team 1 doesn't build anything else, and if everything survives. But with the gunship, nope, they're not inbound now. ASFs are inbound. We had small skirmishes in terms of air. Is that Fatboy dead now? No, Fatboy gets his shield back, 114,000 mass. How much? Oh, shields are... Oh, that's not good for Team 1's power restraints. Oh, no, they're good now. And not great for Team 1's engagement in terms of air. They're getting chewed up by Team 2's Coronas and Wasps. I think a couple of Wasps in there as well. And oh yeah, there's definitely Wasps in there. Oh, that ASF ball just got annihilated. Lots of reclaim for Ninra down there, but the air grid is down, so even if the air fight is won, I mean, they can use it for a little bit, but honestly, they don't have gunships, they don't have bombers, they don't have anything, attack power-wise to use it. They're going to go after the gunships and wipe those out. That's going to be unfortunate. Safe comm says Zamuk, and those gunships are dead to the world, and that'll be the end of that. I do find it interesting that the missiles from the ASFs and whoever that they're shooting with does actually impact shielding and actually can take that offline. So that is an interesting tactic where you probably don't want to land your gunships. You want to move them out of range so that way the ASFs don't actually hit it. And let's say if there's artillery shooting at it, then it's an easier time, but Team 2 doesn't have artillery, and looks like SMDs are going to be targeted. Team 2's Dragon Slayer, Control Ks. That's definitely fair, considering how the game's going now. 45 minutes on the clock. Team 2 drops another player. It's now a 3v3 tie-up game. For the first time since the beginning of the game, it's tied. Team 2 has been in the lead in terms of comms, or alive, or technically comms destroyed, or however you want to quantify that. SMD is down. Oh, not down yet. It's still alive, just barely. Shielding popped online to save it. I don't think it'll save it much longer. Yeah, definitely not going to start construction on that. I don't know how much mass that last map boy from Dragon Slayer killed, but it was probably 100 and at least 25. And then Team 2's remaining players recall. That's fair. Again, it would have been maybe a couple more minutes. Oh, Team 1's... Oh, he control K. Because why not? I mean, the game was already won, so why not control K? I don't count that as a kill. Or anything. He just did it because it, was funny, essentially. Actually, he control K'd all of his stuff. Pretty much everything. Except the wall sections, it looks like. But anyway, Team 1 wins the game. Obviously, MVP goes to Ninra, the Nuke. The first one was amazing. Wiped out that air grid that was being built. Again, Team 2 still pretty much had air control, but wiped out a ton of power and air facilities. And then Nuke, sniping a couple of other targets. But going for the salvation, if Team 1 didn't go for it, and let's say they went for T3, it would still have been within range to go after that Mavor, but it wouldn't have had enough punching power, at least one of them, to go after maybe the Nuke or go after the artillery or the satellite or go after the Mavor that was being built. I mean, there was some shielding there. You probably would have needed to have at least 2 in that arrangement, and he probably could have built 2, to be honest, with the mass that he spent on the salvation. But he wanted to go for the bigger and more impressive object artillery in the game. So there's that. Team 1 wins the game. I don't really know what else to say. Just Team 1 won the game, and nukes were good, artillery was good, and that's pretty much about it. But let me know down in the comments what your opinions about the match were. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video, as always. And also, as always, I will see all of you in the next one.